Stop gambling with your financial future and start working on your financial freedom this year. If you are serious about doing just that, stay till the end of this video because I am going to be sharing with you the strategies that I use to increase my credit score to just above the 700 number. And these strategies also help me unlock the offers to my financial success. I know a pain of not being able to buy your dream house, and I know a pain of not being able to buy your dream car simply because your credit score is in shambles. But you do not worry because I've got just a cure for that today. I am not only going to be sharing these strategies with you, but I am sure that if you do just as I did, you are also going to be witnessing the transformation of your own credit score. Are you new in this channel? You are not alone because I am new too and I am your ruler girl. Thank you so much for stopping by. I truly appreciate you. Okay, enough with being nice. Let's get into it. First and foremost, you need to stop ignoring calls. You need to stop making excuses. And you definitely need to stop making these bit by bit payments that we are busy making. I have no idea where you got that one from, but if you are serious about improving your credit score, that's definitely not the right way to go about it, Mtase. It is so not the right way to go about it. Cool. Now that we have addressed the elephant in the room, let us get into unpacking these strategies. Strategy number one that I'm using, it is what is called a credit card arbitrage. And this is how I'm actually doing it. I am working with two dates. I'm working with a due date and I'm working with also a statement date. I keep my outstanding amount very, very low to something that I'm going to be able to pay back in full couple of days. Usually I do it 2 days before the due date and I will transfer and use the money couple of days, and it can be 3 or 4 or 5 days after a statement date. After a statement date is when your statement has been updated, so which means you can then use the money. Why do I do that? You may ask. It is simply because I don't want to be paying anything else in that account except for the account fees. I am not paying any interest simply because when they run the report or whatever that they do, they see that the amount is there. So there is actually nothing to be paying an interest on because the money that I would have owed, it is in full in the account. I do this every month without fail, simply because I want to keep up with my payment history looking healthy. So keep in mind of these 2 dates. They can be found on your monthly statement. See if you can also be able to play around with them just as I've explained them, just the way I've been doing it. I've been doing this since from, I don't even remember, but I'm going to be showing you my payment history. And it shows that no payment has ever been missed. So it does work and it works wonders. Strategy number 2, I had one store account and I had one cell phone contract. Guys, when I say store account, I mean I had a jet account and I had a Cell C contract. The Cell C contract was the 100 rand contract a month. So you have an idea of what kind of phone I was having. But for me, that did not matter because I knew exactly what I needed those two for. You know, the fanciness of the phone was not a priority for me. The priority for me was, what is that phone going to do for me in the long run? Maybe you should also try to have that mentality. It does help. Remember, the clarity on your goal here, it is very important, just so you don't get swayed by the peer pressure of the iPhones, the expensive clothes and stuff like that. Between the two of us, we know that the only thing that you really need looking fancy right now is your credit score, not these fancy gadgets. And at the end, I paid off the jet account in 3 months just after my first property was being registered. And I did not renew the Cell C contract simply because they did what I wanted them to do. My strategy number 3, guys, I did not have a car installment, meaning I did not have a car. Yes, I was using a public transport. And when I say public transport, I mean like a taxi, a metro bus, not Uber, not Bolt. It is just like your normal public transport. And by so doing, I was able to save a little bit extra so I could pay an extra to whatever that I was paying, my debts and my monthly installments, stuff like that. It is very important to keep your debt as minimal as possible so that you will be able to pay whatever that you're supposed to be paying back. By so doing, you are enhancing your payment history. If you are defaulting, means that you cannot pay. Therefore, you are going back to square one. We don't want that. So if it means that you need to take an uncomfortable decision of maybe taking back that car that me and you know that you cannot afford, then do that in Dasi, because if you really want to improve your credit score, you need to be in a position where you are affording your debt. Let me put it like that. Yes, you cannot be trying to be improving your credit score. Meanwhile, you are not being able to afford what you're supposed to be paying. So if it means that this car that you are driving, it is too expensive for your budget, then take it back. Either you take something smaller, something that you can afford. If you can't even afford that smaller nyana car or that smaller nyana installment, then if it means that going back to the public transport, then do so. Because if you are keeping on the car that you know that you cannot afford, then this is definitely not going to be working for you. And you know what they say? No pain, no gain. Pay now and gain later. That's just how it is, you know. You cannot have everything and enjoy everything at once. It's just step by step, step by step. That's just how it goes. Eventually, you'll definitely get to a point where you are going to be able to afford this car, or maybe even a better or latest version of it. For now, in order for you to unlock the opportunities of the latest of whatever that you want to achieve later, you just have to sacrifice that now. I hope this makes sense. So now we need to be jumping to strategy number 4. Here, I did not have any missed payments. I made sure that everything was paid on time and in full as per agreement. This one, it is very important in terms of your payment history, because more than anything, your payment history is that's important. Always remind yourself of why are you doing this? What is your goal? Remind yourself of your dream. That way you are going to be motivated to stay the course. Because honestly, this journey is not easy. It is not going to be easy. I don't want to lie to you. You know, you're going to be bumping into temptations along the way. But if you're constantly reminding yourself of the reason you are doing this, you are going to make it. That I am sure of. If I did it, you can also do it. Just a quick one. If you like it here, please subscribe. Thank you. Strategy number 5. Have a small business and formalize it. By so doing, everything that has to do with the business, income and expenses, it is going to this business account. And the nice part is you are able to pay yourself a salary from this business to your personal account. But what you need to do when you're doing that, you need to be consistent with the date and the amount. So you need to choose a date. Which date are you going to be paying yourself? Just once a month, guys. Which date, once a month, are you going to be paying yourself a salary from your business account to your personal account? That you need to be consistent on. And how much are you going to be paying yourself? You don't again want to take everything from the business account to personal account. So if you are making like 20K a month or 10K a month, then maybe you take 3,000 a month or 5,000 a month, and then you leave the other 5,000 to obviously reinvest it back to the business. And when you are paying yourself, make sure that the reference remains the same. In my case, the reference is salary, and it has always been salary. It will always be salary. It doesn't change. And the amount again doesn't change. The amount I only change it maybe after 1 year, because I also deserve an increase. And it doesn't have to be crazy increase, especially if you are not making that much. If you're not making that much, there's no need for you to be giving yourself an increase until the business is doing good or until it's doing better than before. Then you can give yourself a bit of an increase. But what is important more than anything here is to make sure that you are consistent in terms of paying yourself. So you pay yourself from the business account to your personal account. Specific amount, specific reference number, without any fail, every month. Why is this important? This assures the bank that you are financially disciplined. So, meaning that you can be trusted with their money. Therefore, that reduces a risk of them giving you money. A top tip here, guys, always keep in mind that when you're applying for funding, yourself and your business are viewed differently, are viewed as different individuals. Hence, you will be asked to produce two sets of bank statements. Set number one is your individual bank statement, and set number two is your business bank statement. Make sure that you are not being negligent with your spendings on your business and your spendings on your personal, because at the end of the day, all these statements are going to be assessed and then checked, and then based on the outcome, based on how you are handling your finances that are projected on these statements, that's when the bank will decide if they are giving you the funds or they are not giving you the funds. Make sure that everything is intact in terms of your financials. It is very, very, very important. That one, always keep that one in mind, because that is top tip that the banks are looking for when they are going to be giving you the money, and obviously the tips of your payment history and stuff like that. But before they even get to that, when they're assessing your bank statement, that is exactly what they are looking at. So you don't want to be going to ShopRite Liquors and be buying the Yeka Masters with your business account. No. You don't do that. Maybe when it's December because of the Christmas party, but it mustn't be something that you do often. It mustn't be something that you do often. But if you happen to, yes. And again, each and every money that you are transferring out of the business account, or you are withdrawing out of the business account, you need to account for, you need to have some sort of like a reference number. What is this amount for? Where is it going? What for? What service or what product and stuff like that? That's why you cannot just do as you please from the business account. That is the importance of having a separate business account from the personal account. Just to clarify what I mean. So here you have your own expenses and the business has its own expenses. You don't mix the two. You have your own income, the business has its own income. Then you have an income that you are taking from the business. So if you are working, you are going to be having two incomes. You're going to be having an income from your work, and you're going to be having an income from your business, which tends to be a very good thing, because it assures the bank that should you lose your job, you will still be able to pay them back. And by so doing, it assures the bank that you are not really high risk, so they can give you money, because you are not only relying on one source of income. So if this one falls off, you have another one that obviously you will be able to pay them back with, and depending how small or how big that income is. So let's just quickly go into the difference of the expenses of yourself and the business. For an example, your personal expenses, you're looking at groceries, you're looking at hair, nails, and the business expenses, you're looking at fuel, you're looking at what else? Accounting services, marketing services, advertising services. Again, it depends with what type of business are you doing. So your expenses will go according to the type of business that you do. I hope that one helps. I have attached a link to a free challenge on improving your credit score. So what you need to do with that challenge, you incorporate it with these strategies. That way you are going to be able to see results quicker, and you will have some sort of like a map or a guideline on what to do and how to do it. I promise it is very useful. So there you have it, my journey to transforming my credit score. I didn't really do much, guys. All I did was these strategies, 5 of them that I've shared with you, and I've incorporated them with what you are going to learn in this PDF guide that you are going to download. If you do that and you are doing it accordingly, you will definitely see success. But that's it for now, guys. I've covered all the strategies that I'm using, and thank you so very much for staying till the end of this video. If you really like it here, again, please subscribe for more content related to this subject, and obviously maybe business stuff. But yeah, cheers for now.